Hey, what's up? I want to thank you for joining us here at Elevate Our Lives. If there's no elevator to success, then how do we get there? We take the steps. That's what we talk about here, Elevate Our Lives. We share some of the steps to success, some of the things that have been working for people time after time after time. Quite often, the people who have achieved these success pinnacles or these goals in life, they all follow the same format, it seems. And so that's what I want to discuss with you guys is what is this format? In today's episode, I want to talk to you about a story that was told to me by one of my mentors and friends. He laid it out for me like this. He said that if I could give one piece of advice to somebody looking to achieve their goals, he said, I would tell them to picture their lives like they are an airplane on the tarmac. He said, what's the first thing an airplane is going to do when it's on the tarmac getting ready for flight? I said, I don't know. He said, first thing the airplane's going to do is going to make its checks, go around the plane, make sure everything's good, make sure everything's working, and make sure everything's safe. That's the first thing that you're going to do. He said, the same thing is with life. Make sure you're doing your checks, make sure you're taking care of yourself, make sure you're taking care of your family, make sure you're taking care of everybody that is part of your support system, okay? And maybe that's just you, but you got to make sure you're taking care of that, okay? So that's the first thing. You got to do your checks. He said the second thing, so I don't know, start the engine? He said exactly. You're going to start your engine, okay? And when you start your engine with respect to your goal, that means like what you're going to do is you're going to start to get yourself amped up for this journey that you're about to be on. Okay? Start to absorb all types of information and positive energy and start to take everything that you can about this particular goal and manifest it inside of you. Put it into your life. Make sure that this is something that you really want to go after. Okay? That's going to be the equivalent of you starting your engine. Okay? I said, okay, yeah, I follow you. He said, okay, good. Now, the third thing that you're going to do, the third step that an airplane is going to do, is going to start approaching the runway. Specifically, it's going to line up its track down the runway, okay? It's going to point its nose down the runway. I said, yeah. In other words, what it's going to do is it's going to get focused. I said, yeah, okay. He said the same thing happens when somebody wants to achieve their goal, okay? When somebody's looking to achieve success, they got to get focused. They got to get straight about where exactly they're going, okay? They got to point their nose, and they got to continue to maintain focus, right? The same thing happens in people's lives, in people achieving their goals, in people getting successful results. You got to point your nose and you got to get straight about your goal and you got to get focused. I said, yeah, okay, I got you. He said, okay, now the fourth thing, right before your flight, he said, you got to rev your engine. He said, you got to give that engine so much throttle that it begins to push you. I said, yeah, you're right. Yeah, okay, I see where you're going with this. I see where you're going. He said, same thing happens with success. Okay, same thing happens when achieving your goals. You've got to give yourself so much throttle. You've got to give yourself so much of valuable information or positive affirmation or anything that fuels you. You've got to give yourself so much of that it begins to push you, it begins to drive you. Okay, it begins to move you towards your goal. I said, yeah, you're right, okay. I understand. He said, now, you've given yourself so much support and so much momentum that you're going down this runway, you're going on this track, that you've absorbed all types of energy and you've absorbed all types of inertia that's moving you. Now it's time for your nose to pick up. Okay? Now it's time for you to start your ascent. I said, yeah. He said, but what happens? What happens to that engine? I said, I don't know. He said, you stay on the throttle. That's exactly it. You stay on the throttle. You gotta keep pushing. You gotta keep working. You gotta keep grinding. You can't let off the throttle. I said, yeah, no, you're right. He said, now you're in flight. I said, yeah, okay, I got you. So if that means that, let's say you're an online entrepreneur and you've made your first sale, now you're in flight, okay? Or if your fitness goals are to lose weight and you've lost your first 10 pounds, now you're in flight, okay? You've got a little bit of momentum, but you can't let off that throttle, okay? You gotta keep on the throttle. You cannot let off. I said, yeah, you're right. He said, that's where a lot of people mess up, is they get a little bit momentum, they pick their nose up, they get off the ground, they're in the air, but then they let off the throttle. He said, you can't do that. When you want to achieve success, you don't let off that throttle until you're 30,000 feet in the air. Then you can maybe coast a little bit. Then you can maybe cut off that throttle. Then you can chill out and let the systems work for themselves. But not until you're 30,000 feet in the air. So the same thing happens with life. People want to get a little bit of momentum and then all of a sudden cut the throttle. And then wonder why they nosedive. He said, think of your life like you're an airplane on the tarmac. I had to take that one in, okay? And I hope you take that one in the same way, because when you do, it's a powerful message. Now maybe you could look at your life and see where you need to continue giving it some more throttle, okay? Or maybe you're at the stage when you just need to line your nose up down the runway, all right? Either way, at whatever stage you are, continue to drive towards success and don't let anybody take you off track, okay? Because you are worth it. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed today's message. I know I did when I received it. So if you're anything like me, it's been a powerful one. If this has been helpful, make sure you click that subscribe button. We got tons more information for you coming. And make sure you're the first to hear about it. Until next time, if there's no elevator to success, then how do we get there? We take the steps. Keep taking the steps, my friend. Peace and love. God bless.